Hey guys, and welcome back to another short flow. Today's session is going to be all about warming up the wrists and the shoulders pre-workout. You don't need anything at all other than a strap if you have one. If not, you could use a PVC pipe, a broomstick, an item of clothing, a rope, anything you've got to hand, just to do a couple of shoulder pass-throughs. So whenever you're ready, come and join me in the center of your mat and we'll begin. So the first thing we're going to start with today is churning the wrists. So your option one is to just simple churn the wrists or circle the wrists like so, doing a couple of repetitions in one direction and then going back the other way. Otherwise, you could always interlace the fingers, clasp the palms together, and then begin by rotating the right hand forward to churn the wrists in one direction. And we're aiming for about 30 seconds for each of these moves. And then churn the other way by rotating, pushing the left hand forward. So that should change your direction of that circular motion that you're doing if you're doing this one. So 30 seconds in total, so 15 seconds on each side. Just getting those synovial fluids working, revolving all the way around. And then when you're done, you can just shake the wrists out. Grab a hold of your strap now. Take one hand around the ring. If you've got a ring, take one hand around the ring, wrap the hand with the strap, and then take the other hand. So you're looking at about hip level with the strap with your arms out wide. You're then going to inhale to lift the hands up above the head, taking the rope behind, and then tapping the back of your bum. Lifting up as you inhale again, exhaling to come down the front. That's one pass through. We're going to do about 30 seconds of these or 10 or so pass throughs. Just opening up those shoulders, opening up that movement range, getting the synovial fluids working in our shoulders and our rotator cuffs. And if you find that this gets easier as you go through the movements, you can just shuffle your hands in, narrow your grip slightly, until you can't get that overhead, that smooth overhead range all the way up and over and back again. So just a couple more. Just opening up those shoulders again. Last one each side. Come all the way back to the front and then just release your hands from that strap. We're going to take the hands out wide now and do some big arm circles. So maybe go 5 times backwards, 4, 5, and then change direction. Go forwards, make the circles really big, take your time. Don't swing your arms off their hinges. 4, 5, and relax. Shake the shoulders out. And then take the hands out to the side, palms facing down. So really reach out wide with the hands. So you're stretching the fingers, palms down, palms up, palms down, palms up. So this is just helping stabilize the shoulders. We're going to do 5 of these each way. So you've got probably 2 more on each side. You should be beginning to feel the burn. 1 more each way. And relax, shake the shoulders out. You are going to come down onto your hands and knees now. So we're going to do some wrist mobility movements. So coming onto your hands, place your hands on the floor. Try not to keep your hands completely flat. Try and use them like you would your feet. And you should kind of grip with your fingertips, press down through the knuckles. You should have contact with the heels of your hands, fingers and knuckles, and maybe some of the pads as well. So your hands shouldn't be completely flat. The insides of your fingers and stuff might be lifted off the ground just slightly. We're then going to come up, so hands are shoulder distance apart. We're going to come up, rock the shoulders slightly further forwards over the fingertips, finding that stretch, keeping the heels of the hands on the floor, and then come back. So you're just going to do 10 rocks, forwards and back, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then you're going to take the hands out to the side. So fingers, hips out to the side, heels of the hands in towards each other. And you're just going to do a couple of rocks side to side, just opening up, keeping those heels to the floor again, And then gradually start to bring the hands in closer together so that the heels of the hands might even reach. As soon as your heels start to lift as you're doing this, stop. That's as far as you need to go. So see how close you can go. Some of you might have really good mobility and you might be able to get your heels of the hands together and rock from side to side. That's brilliant. If not, it's something to aim for mobility wise. It would suggest there's a restriction there. And then just do a couple more. And then come back to center. Take the hands back behind you now. So hands are now shoulder width apart again. Fingers are pointing towards your knees. Heels of the hands are glued to the floor. If this is as much for you today, just hang out here. If you can, just slightly rock back and forwards. Again, not attacking the joint, but just keeping the heels of the hands glued to the floor and just gently pulling back, finding that stretch, easing the joints open. And we're aiming for about 10 or so reps again. So I'm going to do a couple more. 2, 3, and then I'm just going to come up, shake the hands off. We're going to do exactly the same as what we've just done, but with the palms of our hands facing up. So palms up, and you're going to start with your fingertips facing in. So palms up, and tops of the hands on the floor, and we're just going to rock side to side, back and forth, open up those joints. Maybe 10 or so reps, and then fingertips facing the knees, and you can rock back and forwards again, just 10 or so reps, opening up the hands in a different direction. So this stuff's going to be really good for anything where you're going a lot overhead, maybe where you're holding the barbell in a front rack position and your wrists are taking a lot of impact, handstand work, anything like that really. And then finally, fingers forwards, palms out. So that might be a bit more difficult. Just opening up the hands. There we go. And then bring your fists, so come with your fists underneath your shoulders. So scrunch your hands up into fists. We're going to then open the hands as we come down and then scrunch the fists as we come up. So just a couple of fists and opens. I don't know what else you'd call them. Just getting that joint used to being moved. 2 more. So come back to that kneeling position, hands under shoulders, knees under hips, and we're just going to do 10 scat presses. So it's a very small movement. Elbows stay straight, so don't bend at the elbows. You're going to drop the chest through, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Imagine you're pinning a pencil there, and then press the ground away, pulling the shoulder blades apart, planching through the upper back. And we're just going to do 10 of these to warm those shoulders up. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we're just going to finish with some cat-cows. So staying in the same position, we're just going to dip the stomach, look up toward the ceiling. So we're opening up the spine now as well, squeezing those shoulder blades together. And then exhaling to round through the back, tucking the head, looking toward the knees. Inhale to lift. We're going to do 5 of these. Exhale to round. Inhale to lift. Exhale to round. Inhale to lift. Exhale to round. Last one. Inhale to lift. Exhale to round. And then you can just come and sit back in child's pose to relax for a few breaths before you begin your session.